At the turn of the 20th century, thousands of Portuguese immigrants arrived in Massachusetts seeking better opportunities and a new life. Many came from the Azores and Madeira Islands, while others arrived directly from mainland Portugal. They settled in communities such as New Bedford, Fall River, Provincetown, Gloucester, and other coastal towns where fishing, whaling, and textile industries provided employment. Although they left their homeland behind, they carried something equally important with them: their food traditions. Portuguese families relied on recipes passed down through generations. Meals were often simple, affordable, and designed to feed large households. Fresh seafood, bread, beans, vegetables, and hearty stews formed the backbone of daily life. These foods helped immigrants maintain their cultural identity while adapting to life in America. 1. Caldo Verde. One of the most beloved Portuguese dishes was Caldo Verde. This traditional soup combined potatoes, onions, olive oil, and thinly sliced kale. Many families added slices of chorizo sausage for extra flavor. The soup was inexpensive, filling, and perfect for cold Massachusetts winters. For countless immigrants, Caldo Verde tasted like home. 2. Portuguese sweet bread. Known as Malassadas, Portuguese sweet bread appeared at family gatherings, holidays, and Sunday meals. The bread was soft, slightly sweet, and rich compared to everyday loaves. Families often baked it for Easter and religious celebrations. Many Massachusetts bakeries eventually became famous for producing traditional Portuguese sweet bread. 3. Chorizo and pepper. Chorizo sausage was one of the most important ingredients in Portuguese cooking. Immigrant families cooked it with peppers, onions, and tomatoes. The flavorful dish could be served with bread or potatoes. The aroma alone often filled entire neighborhoods during community celebrations. 4. Salt cod bacalhau. Few foods were more important to Portuguese immigrants than bacalhau. Salted cod had been a staple in Portugal for centuries. The fish stored well and could be transported across long distances. Families soaked the cod before cooking it with potatoes, onions, and olive oil. Many immigrants considered bacalhau an essential part of their heritage. 5. Beans. Beans provided affordable nutrition for working-class households. Large pots of bean stew simmered for hours on kitchen stoves. Vegetables, sausage, and seasonings were often added. The meal could feed an entire family while stretching limited grocery budgets. 6. Fried smelts. Massachusetts waters offered abundant seafood. Small fish such as smelts were frequently cleaned, coated in flour, and fried. The result was a crispy and flavorful meal. Fishing communities especially enjoyed this dish throughout the year. 7. Kale and potato stew. Kale was widely used in Portuguese cooking long before it became fashionable in modern America. Families combined kale with potatoes, onions, and seasonings to create hearty stews. The meal was nutritious, affordable, and filling. Many immigrants grew kale in backyard gardens. 8. Rice pudding. Known as arroz doce, Portuguese rice pudding served as a favorite dessert. Rice was slowly cooked with milk, sugar, and cinnamon. The creamy dessert often appeared at holidays, weddings, and family celebrations. Many children growing up in Portuguese households remember rice pudding as a special treat. The importance of family meals. Portuguese immigrant families place great importance on eating together. Meals were not rushed. The dinner table became a place where stories were shared, traditions were preserved, and family bonds were strengthened. Even during difficult economic times, families made every effort to gather around homemade food. Conclusion: the first foods of Portuguese immigrants in Massachusetts reveal a culture built around family, faith, and tradition. From caldo verde and sweet bread to bacalhau and rice pudding, these dishes connected immigrants to their homeland while helping them build new lives in America. As Portuguese communities expanded throughout Massachusetts, food remained at the center of family and community life. Many immigrants worked long hours in fishing fleets, textile mills, and factories, making hearty meals essential. 9. Lingua with potatoes. Linguica sausage cooked with potatoes, onions, and garlic was a common family meal. It was affordable, flavorful, and filling. 10. Portuguese fish stew. Fresh fish, tomatoes, onions, and potatoes were simmered together to create a hearty stew. Coastal communities especially enjoyed this dish. 11. Cornmeal bread accompanied soups, stews, and seafood dishes. Its affordability made it a household staple. 12. Clams and garlic. Clams cooked with garlic and olive oil reflected the strong seafood traditions Portuguese immigrants brought from home. 13. Roast chicken with paprika. Seasoned with garlic, paprika, and olive oil, roast chicken was often served during Sunday family dinners. 14. Feijoada. This hearty bean stew combined beans, sausage, pork, and vegetables. It was ideal for feeding large families. 15. Sardines on bread. Sardines served on rustic bread provided a simple and nutritious meal for workers. 16. Pastas de nata. Portuguese custard tarts became beloved desserts in Portuguese bakeries throughout Massachusetts. 17. Beef and vegetable soup. Large pots of beef soup with potatoes, carrots, onions, and cabbage stretched ingredients while feeding many people. Community and faith. Food played a major role in church festivals and community celebrations. Families prepared traditional dishes for religious holidays and neighborhood gatherings. Portuguese churches often hosted feasts where entire communities shared meals together. These events strengthened cultural identity and helped immigrants maintain traditions from the Azores, Madeira, and mainland Portugal. Conclusion. From fish stew and feijoada to custard tarts and linguiça, Portuguese immigrants preserved their culinary heritage through food. These dishes became symbols of family, faith, and community while helping immigrants build new lives in Massachusetts. By the early 20th century, Portuguese immigrants had established thriving communities throughout Massachusetts. Their food traditions remained strong and continued to shape family life. 18. Portuguese kale soup with beans. Kale, beans, potatoes, and onions combined to create a nutritious soup enjoyed by many families. 19. Baked stuffed cod. Salt cod, baked with breadcrumbs, garlic, and herbs remained one of the most cherished Portuguese dishes. 20. Garlic shrimp. Fresh shrimp cooked with garlic and olive oil showcased the importance of seafood in Portuguese cuisine. 21. Pork and clams. This classic Portuguese dish combined tender pork and fresh clams in a rich, flavorful sauce. 22. Fried mackerel. Affordable and widely available, mackerel was often fried and served with bread or potatoes. 23. Malassadas. These sugar-coated fried pastries became favorites at festivals and family celebrations. 24. Roast pork with garlic. Slow roasted pork seasoned with garlic and spices frequently appeared at large family gatherings. 25. Sweet rice cake. Simple rice-based cakes provided an affordable dessert for special occasions. Preserving tradition. Portuguese mothers and grandmothers passed recipes from one generation to the next. Many dishes were taught through practice rather than written instructions. Family meals helped preserve cultural identity even as younger generations adapted to American life. Church festivals, weddings, holidays, and community events continued to feature traditional foods. Lasting impact. Today, Portuguese influences remain visible throughout Massachusetts. Portuguese bakeries, seafood restaurants, and annual festivals continue celebrating these culinary traditions. Foods such as Caldo Verde, Bacalhau, sweet bread, Malassadas, and custard tarts remain popular throughout New England. Conclusion. The foods Portuguese immigrants ate in 1900s Massachusetts tell a story of perseverance, family, and cultural pride. Through traditional recipes, immigrants preserved their heritage while helping shape the rich food culture of Massachusetts for generations to come.